Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
Favorite day of the week. Pod's live.
Yep.
Everything's live.
Yep.
We're rolling. We're
Yep.
cruising. Hope everyone's has had a good week.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a good Thursday.
Absolutely great
Can
Thursday.
cap it off with some little AEW All In 2024 predictions.
Woo! Big predictions episode.
We have some new merch that dropped. As you're listening to this, they dropped at 11 a.m. this morning, our time. Dante's t-shirt. Here's a picture of the back, the bash at the stash. Admittedly, I don't have mine on because I was 1 quarter short for laundry this week.
I will say what I do plan on
and
doing.
koozies, sorry.
And koozies. And we got koozies. And we got it in white as well.
Mm-hmm. Word.
Yeah,
Shop.clutchpoint.com. I'll say that again. Shop.clutchpoints.com. It'll also be in the description. And also, I think it'll be the first comment. Last plug I'll do, I promise. Another way to support the channel, patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. If you're on the Patreon, you get early access to things like merch. They got early access a day or two ago.
Yep.
And you can join the Discord. They do predictions in there. And you get today's episode, which is free. The free episode.
Free.
It's the free main episode.
Love
You get
that
it
word.
ad-free. And then you get a bonus Patreon exclusive episode where we just talk about, it's kind of like, it's basically half a movie podcast and half a wrestling Q&A podcast.
The last 2 weeks we've been dancing around Deadpool and Wolverine because he saw it. I haven't.
And now we're chatting about it.
But let me tell you, if you join the Patreon, next episode we will be talking about it because I fucking finally saw it. So
those are the plugs. Again, we appreciate all the support. Thank you for
Thank you guys.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Today, like I said, we are getting into the AEW All In at Wembley Stadium predictions. Dante's SCW Championship,
yes.
here you are, sir.
Thank you.
Will be on the line.
Yes, it will be.
And then it will be on the line again.
And like
6 days later on
Bash at
Saturday.
the Berlin.
Because Bash
Yeah.
at the Berlin.
Bash at the Berlin. Bash at Berlin.
Bash
Yep.
in Berlin. I didn't even...
And then All Out's going to be like very soon after
all
that
out's always,
too.
yeah.
Damn.
So we got a busy week. The title's being defended.
Yep.
Other than that, I guess there's nothing else to say
I'd say let's just do it.
other than getting into it. Again,
Let's
confidence
do it.
points, 10 confidence points. Can't reiterate enough. Again, if you want to get in the Discord, the predictions are still open. You can do predictions with about 100 different people. And there's a form, there's a Google form. And again, I want to shout out the people in there that run that and do a great job at that. Okay.
All right.
But down to business here.
Let's do it.
The first match we got Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and I got his name. I got his name the other day, and I was gonna all confidently pronounce his name. Tomohiro Ishii. Winner. First of all, mixed tag. Second of all, winner gets to choose the stipulation for Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander at All Out. We were just talking about All Out.
September 7th, 1 week. Wow.
Oh, so
They
is it
really don't like do any. Wait, when's Bash Berlin? Is it? It's
31st.
the week before.
Bash and Berlin's 31st.
Oh, there's 30. Okay, yeah.
So
Okay.
that's one off week and then All Out.
AEW. I guess last year I think All
They did
Out
the
was
same.
exactly one. Was it?
It was closer.
I think it was 1 week. Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I
at
don't
all.
even like this.
No.
But, all right.
It's too close. Because like
Too
All In
close.
is their it's their
That's
WrestleMania.
their at this point. That is their
and it's
WrestleMania.
at Wembley. And then I don't even, where is All Out? Does it say where it is?
Chicago.
I mean, hey, no shade to Chicago. Like Chicago is one of the best
It'll be a
wrestling
great
cities ever.
crowd, but
It's not in a stadium in Wembley. You know what I mean?
Right,
It feels
yeah.
like I don't know.
That's much
I feel like it
different.
takes away from it a little bit.
definitely.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
Again, no
but
shade to
besides
Chicago.
the point.
I want to go to Chicago. Never been to Chicago.
Chicago would be fun. Yeah, I want to try the deep dish pizza. I've had deep dish, not from Chicago. I feel like you have to have it in
Hey,
Chicago.
like Uno's. It's like that's all I've had.
Yeah,
you
there
know?
was a place when I went to visit Texas that does it too, and I was like, that.
Texas deep dish.
Yeah, it was like I didn't mind it, but I was like, again, I feel like I need to get it from the
Yeah.
true source. You know, all right,
I'm with you.
Anyways, I'm picking Chris and Stokely to win this one simply
Yep.
because Chris is, new character, new direction, heel turn. I feel like giving her this like big win at All In and leading into the All Out match, where she can pick the stipulation there.
Yep.
The thing is, and we talked about this before, there's not a single match here that I'm like actually overly confident about. Like even my Tenfer is still like, I'm not like, oh, this is definitely gonna happen.
I have one match that I'm absolutely confident in, and it's my 10, but the other 9 of them, like I'm not confident in. I have
this
no
is
clue.
like a lot of this is just a coin toss. I mean, this is good on AEW for making it unpredictable.
For
sure. But this is my 4.
See, as far as this is also my 4. That's
Okay.
funny. I I went back and forth this last night. This is also on the pre-show for what it's worth.
Yeah. 0 hour, whatever it's called.
It absolutely could be Statlander because like picking the stipulation is such a heel move. You win, you win the match. This isn't the match. This is just the stipulation match. Statlander and Stokely get it, and they're like, ha ha ha, we're gonna make it a blah 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 match, and you're gonna hate that.
Yeah,
very heel move. I think that could be plausible. I ended up going with Nightingale and Ishii.
Okay,
mainly because they got and it's a lot of this card I kind of went with like I don't know if you do the same, but when I'm like doing my predictions, I end up kind of like almost like booking the rest of the card, and like I kind of start going like, well, I already had 3 title changes.
Yeah, 3 title.
I already had
there needs
4
to be
baby faces.
Here.
A heel has got to win. So I kind of end up booking the whole show
I get
as a whole.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I went with Willow and Ishii. I think it'll be a good start, but I do also see the other side of the coin where like just as well, if not even more. I think it's a good heel tactic to pick stipulation.
I didn't really think of that because 1, 2.
More so, I think, because like I feel like Nightingale has kind of like stepped out into like this, like no, like I'm flexing and I'm here and
right.
So I think this could be an opportunity for her to show kind of her hardcore side and get the win. And she's gonna be like, oh, you think I'm all nice and whatever? See you in a Texas death match.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I get that.
That's where I'm at. Nightingale and Ishii for 4.
All right. That's a difference maker right there, guys.
Huge.
We're going to have a new champ.
AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm versus the Glamour Mariah May.
Great story. One of the best stories going
One of the best
into
stories.
this,
I would even
event.
say, not just in AEW, in wrestling.
Sure.
They've both been killing it.
Top tier.
Timeless Toni Storm has been killing it with her character, period. But like Mariah May doing this whole obsessive thing, just beat like last night on Dynamite, beat down Toni with the heel, and then like holding her up and like kissing her, and then doing the thing in the ring.
Yeah,
and they're both off the deep end at this point.
100%.
Toni Storm has been like getting on the mic and just like my favorite energy, I guess you could say, in wrestling right now, where she's just screaming in the mic, being like, if you think you're gonna beat me, you're gonna have to kill me. And just
so passionate.
Oh my god,
so passionate.
This is my 10.
This is also my 10.
Yeah, this is the one.
Obviously it's my 10, so I'm confident in it.
Yeah,
but there's like still something about me that's just like, there's a pay-per-view 2 weeks away, and they could, there's a safe.
They could run a rematch or something.
And there's like a safe pick, I guess. But
this is the only match where I don't see another world where Mariah May doesn't win. It's all built up for the Prodigy to beat the Master.
It's the perfect stage.
It's perfect.
No, I mean
everything about it.
I have Mariah May as well.
Makes sense.
It's just from the beginning. It's kind of like you kind of knew since they've been put together, there was going to be an eventual blow off. Like someone's betraying someone. The whole Owen Hart tournament, Mariah May being in it. It's like, okay, like it's looking like they're going to like lead to this match.
Perfect way to like logically get her against her master or whatever.
And credit to AEW, like they pulled off the heel turn immediately. Like they didn't like wait to like they could have waited until this past week, until it be before like the week before the show. Mariah May turns heel, or even during the match, whatever. Like they pulled the trigger as soon as she won the Owen Hart. So yeah, I think it's again like one of the best stories in wrestling. Period. I think it needs to culminate. It needs to end with Mariah May being like given the belt and being like, this is not. We've talked with, it's not exactly passing of the torch, but in a way it is. Because like Toni Storm's not going anywhere.
Right.
But like
not retiring.
But it's like it's Mariah's time. Like she's proven herself for sure.
Yeah, excited. I think it's gonna be could be up there for match of the night. There's a lot of contenders on here, but I would argue maybe except for like the main event because of like retirement stipulations, but like the strongest story going into this show.
I think, like long-term storytelling, I think this match 100% is at the top of the list.
Mariah May, it's your time. That's a 10.
May. Yep.
AEW American Championship, Maxwell Jacob Friedman versus Will Ospreay.
I was so torn.
This one's tough.
It's tough because like MJF just won it. He's doing this whole American gimmick, which I think is so good.
It's so obnoxious.
It's obnoxious.
So
it's great. But a lot of people are turning on him. IWC is turning on MJF.
I've been seeing people not excited about this feud.
People are just like,
and people are like,
MJF is just watered down. He's giving us the worst stuff. Blah blah blah. I think it's been fine.
The promos last night were great.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I'm not calling it an all-time.
Again,
but like they're good.
We've talked about this. I think the expectation with MJF now is like everyone thinks every time he goes out there, it's going to be. This was a top 3 MJF promo of all time. It's like it doesn't always have to be that way. And yeah, like he's a shitty heel that takes low blows and jabs. So like that's kind of his shtick. That's his thing. I decided to go with Will Ospreay.
How many points?
6.
I got Will Ospreay for 6 points.
Really?
Yeah, that's funny.
I think the promo last night on AEW is kind of what made me decide Will, because I could see again, like I think MJF like. Clearly, the AEW doesn't need to have long reigns. Like Will Ospreay won it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a long reign, and then he loses to MJF a few months later. I think that even though MJF has this whole American thing going, whatever, he got the first one. I think Will Ospreay winning, in England, winning it All In.
That's the thing. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like they're in the UK.
Yeah, and so I think it's kind of like. Makes the most sense for him to win there. You could do the thing where like MJF wins and it's the biggest heel win and you can really run with that. But I think
it's always on the table.
Just the way, and also last night on AEW, Bryan Danielson backstage, he was like, "Do it, like, come on."
He's gonna hit the
Tiger Driver. He's gonna win.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I agree with all of that. I think Will's taking it. Like I said, I have it for 6 points. I think the reason MJF has the belt in the first place is so Will can win a championship in Wembley. Sure. Months ago when we were talking, we thought it was going to be Will versus Swerve for the AEW title.
Right.
That didn't happen. Right. Different direction, and I think for fair and good reason. But this seems like we wanted Will to win a title and hold the belt and have that moment at Wembley. Yeah. Let's do it for this title. Give it to MJF. And
and they gave it to MJF. They gave it to him on a big show. He just returned, so it's like, okay, let's boost him up a little bit and then give it back to Will.
I mean, in ring wise, I'm like these two put the barn burner 60-minute match, whatever, a few weeks ago.
And you know what I'm excited for? Their third match in 3 weeks at All Out. Because if Ospreay wins, I think they're doing a best of 3. They gotta do one.
Yeah, right.
They gotta do one more. So
that's a good point.
That's why I think. But yeah, here All In, Will Ospreay 6 points. We have the same.
And
that's
again,
crazy.
And I think their promo was so good. Will is definitely like super babyface, and
Jeff was like, I was backstage. I talked to your wife, and that.
Your so-called son.
Yeah. He goes, I say so-called. He goes, no, I'm putting you over, kid. You go, I'm putting you over. It's like, had a kid with another relationship. You came in and treat it like your own. He goes, and I have a feeling, after the next child that she gives or whatever, is like, isn't going to be yours either. It's so funny.
Is he insinuating that it's going to be his kid?
He's such a dick.
And shout out, I'm not the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up. That's
true. Hey, there it is. That's how you respond right there. That's what it is.
Yeah, and they had the beat down. MJF bloodied up Will. Yeah. Also, Dynamite was in the UK, so getting Will wins it. Place is gonna lose their mind. Will was really flexing his shit. Where he's like, MJF's like, I'm the best wrestler and da-da-da. And Will kind of is harping on like, and they don't like you and da-da-da. And this moment, I thought this was money. Again, I don't know how you can dislike this. Where MJF goes. That inner, I think the MJF character has so much complexity in it, where Will goes, and they don't like you anymore. I had to come in and clean up your mess, and they kind of went back and forth with that. And MJF just goes, they liked me before you showed up, and it was like they were on my side before you showed up, and you took, and like that was that like
you can tell he said something, and he was like,
The Grinch has a heart. That's that bottled up like. It's his character where it's so complex now where his whole thing is he doesn't care. He's the heel, whatever. But especially we saw it with the Adam Cole stuff is like, no, he actually cares the most. And then it only comes out and he shoves it down.
Yeah.
And it comes out in moments like that, which is like, they cared about me before you showed up. And then just, whoa.
There's layers. Whoa. There's layers to his character.
Layers to it.
For sure. And I think that too makes a little bit more like, there's more to it now than just a straight up like these guys are feuding over a belt. It gets personal. Like there's like deep, like
Right.
they like me before you, like you took that from me type of thing. So there's more layers to this, which I like.
MJF even was flexing, like, I'm the best wrestler. And Will Ospreay's like, go to the UK, go to Mexico, go to Japan. Who's the best wrestler? Will Ospreay. And da-da-da. No, this is
It's a money feud. They've done a great job.
I've seen criticism of the feud and the content of it, but it's like at the end of the day, the match is gonna. If you don't like that, which I think is crazy, the match is gonna be.
It's gonna be a 20-30 minute banger.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, they only have one pre-show match for. They might add one more, but like I think
Right, we're recording this for Collision. Who knows?
So they might add some more stuff if things get added. That's out of our hands.
Something silly will happen.
But I think they're gonna give some of these matches. I think are gonna be given a good time.
It's gonna be a long show.
Yeah, big time.
Last note on that, but we'll move on to the next match. I liked at the end of the promo, just kind of half covered Dynamite, where the stipulation for the promo was they couldn't touch each other or else they'd get fined or whatever.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay's like, hey, Shivani, you got Tony in here. How much is a fine? And he goes, like, it's about 127,000
pounds. Yeah, no, 100,000 pounds, 120,000.
Yeah,
American
whatever it was.
dollars,
And he
whatever.
goes, and then MJF's like, you're not going to do it. You're broke. You're broke. And he's like, worth it. Boom, clocks him. $100,000 right hand.
They were like, Shivani's like, I think I got $100.
Yeah, it's like,
Something like that.
Everyone else chips in a buck in the arena. Yeah.
Hilarious.
This is great. I am shocked, like you were saying, at the wrestling community not enjoying this.
You have to pick on something.
It's
Always something
wild.
to pick
Wild
on.
to me. All right, we'll move on.
Next one.
TNT Championship, Scapegoat Jack Perry versus Darby Allin
Ooh.
for the title. This one's pretty up in the air for me.
Yeah, me
it's a
too.
7-pointer, mainly just because, like, I mean, I don't know. You say the same thing with all these. It's like I don't know. It's a 7. I don't know. What do you have it at?
7.
Really? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
7.
I have Darby Allin winning.
Okay.
I think it's just
It just feels right.
it's just the babyface win. With Sting retiring and Darby kind of, Darby does the Scorpion Death Drop now, and it feels like now he's getting back into being a singles guy, and he has the cosign from Sting, and that chapter's over his career. Time to be the singles wrestler again. I think this is a good start of it. When I think of the TNT Championship, I think of Darby Allin.
Yeah.
It's his title.
For sure.
The Elite they have the international title with Okada. They got TNT title with Darby. They got the tag belts with the Bucks. So I think this pay-per-view seems like, we kind of said this similarly to like a SummerSlam, but like it almost feels like a reset or like a new season coming out of it.
Right.
So I have a lot of title changes and I have a lot of baby faces winning. It's like the culmination. It's the WrestleMania. It's the good guys finish the story. I just don't see a reason for Jack to still have it. But I got Darby. What are we thinking?
For 7 points, I'm picking Jack.
Woo!
I'm picking Jack because it's kind of weird. Okada's not on the card. I'm shocked. The Claudio Okada match, I'm surprised didn't get put on here, and they put it on Dynamite instead.
I didn't even think of that.
No Continental Championship. I kind of just figured
Continental Championship. What did I call it? I think I called it International.
Do you call it International?
I probably
Continental.
did. It's the same.
It's the same fucking
word.
thing. I
banger of a match.
It
Claudio
went to the draw in time limit, right?
Oh yeah, they did go to the draw. Yep.
Think Jack's gonna win this for 3 reasons. One, I think the Elite needs to continue to be on top and hold their titles. That might be a little foreshadowing to a later match. 2, he just did this whole thing with he recreated the belt for himself. I don't know if you saw, like he took off the plate, put it in like I don't even know what you would call it, but he put like all the let me show you.
Like he smelted it down.
Yeah, I smelt probably is the word. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know the terminology of like what he actually did. They like spray painted it and here. So this is what he did. We can put it on or whatever. He melted his old TNT champ.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah.
The fact that he did this himself too, which I think is really sick.
Why are you doing it shirtless? This is crazy. I know. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, hold on, you'll see what it looks like. So just basically cleared it.
Whoa.
Spray painting it. Putting the details. Love that. And then a little...
What the
boom,
fuck?
that's his...
That looks sick.
Like,
that
it does.
Dope.
So...
That's
just
crazy.
did that. So, you know... I think that plays a part into it as well.
Wow.
And then also, the other thing is, I want Darby to get away from the TNT picture. I want him to start going for the world championship.
Fair,
I think if he loses to Jack, then he can kind of separate himself and do his thing there. So selfish. So like that's also me just like wanting Darby to go after a bigger belt. So I'm going with Jack.
I'll tell you this though. You know who's gonna look pretty sick with a murdered out TNT title with blood on it? Darby.
I also think too. Another point is I think Darby's gonna end up just doing something like jumping off or something and doing something stupid. And it's gonna cost him. I also think that's gonna be a way that he loses.
Could be the classic story. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting match. A good mid-card.
It'll be a good match. I'm excited for it.
TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné with Camilla. I haven't really been following this that close. So I admittedly don't really know who this is. Versus Britt Baker.
She was what company was she in before? People are gonna she's something. She was in another company before. It may have been CML. I could be wrong.
Camille. She's a tall one.
Yeah, she's intimidating. That's for sure.
While I look this up, go ahead.
So I mean, this has been a feud that people have been anticipating forever since Mercedes Moné was even rumored to be going to AEW.
She's a former NWA champion.
NWA, that's fucking what it is. Yeah,
okay.
She was an NWA. And it's like everyone kind of knew this was going to be a big money match. They were going to save it for a big event like All In. Britt Baker's kind of been, there have been a few weeks that she wasn't there because she was suspended. What was going on?
She dated American professional wrestler Braun Strowman in 2014.
Wow. No kidding.
And then married whoever Tom Latimer is. Anyway, sorry.
Interesting. So Mercedes Moné is kind of like, I don't want to say she's been carrying the feud or anything like that, but she's been doing a lot of it on her own with Britt Baker, like was suspended and stuff.
Right.
So I'm going with Mercedes Moné for 8 points.
Whoa.
Like the confidence points are all fucked here because I'm not overly confident. The biggest thing for me is like, Britt Baker's Britt Baker. Mercedes is Mercedes, but I feel like they're genuinely trying to build her and have her be this like this genuine, like I don't want to say pillar, but a pillar in aid of this newer like Osprey. You know what? Like the newer
this new
chapter. And I feel like she just won the TBS. She has 2 belts right now.
Right.
I don't think she should lose. I mean, like they could give Britt the TBS and Mercedes still has a belt, but I think that really does kill a lot of momentum for Mercedes. Give her the big win here. And then eventually you can do another match down the line. Britt Baker can go after whatever belt, but I really do think Mercedes, she should win this match.
I don't have much else to say. I also have Mercedes Moné. I have it for 3 points.
3.
Yeah, I'm not confident. Again, it's the same thinking where like she has the 2 titles. Britt Baker is like the AEW star.
Right.
It's easy and safe just to put it on Britt.
It's really like
this is a world title level match for like the mid card title,
100%.
which is a little strange to me.
This is like the old school,
guard,
new school type of thing. Like Britt Baker is the OG female wrestler,
I guess. And like what's funny, let's look up some ages here. So it's funny, they were kind of doing that in their promo, and like Mercedes was like, I'm the new one and you're the old one. And then in my head I'm like, I think Mercedes has been on the scene for a lot longer. But let's look up some ages here. Because also like when I hear Britt Baker, Britt Baker's 33. Let's see.
They might be the same age, honestly.
Could be. Let's see. Mercedes is 32.
Okay.
So like they're the same age. Mercedes has a lot more experience. Like she is the vet.
More on like,
and this is being treated. She's the vet, and she's way more decorated than Britt.
Yeah,
and
she has more experience of being in front of like a TV audience and all that.
And I get maybe they're just talking about in the AEW bubble,
right?
But like in actuality, it's like
It's
well, like,
yeah, it's like
I
you're,
would-
I meant like it's more of like you kind of are. It's kind of flipped in this
right,
case.
it's right,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what I meant.
But I got Mercedes. I don't know. Don't even want to talk about this too much, but again, you mentioned like Britt did get suspended. I don't know how much politics are going to play into this in terms of like,
I'm not really.
I tried not to.
Yeah, I don't
but
think
it
that would be
happens.
too. I mean, also Camille's there, so like she
Right.
could get involved, whatever. So
But I'm on the same page as you. She has the New Japan Strong title as well, 2-belt Mercedes. It would make why take it off if they? I mean, at this point, new is relative in terms of her signing.
Yeah.
But
I think it'll be a good match.
Yeah, I think
it'll be.
I think this should be a defining big win for Mercedes. Britt can take the loss. Hasn't been back for a while. The suspension kind of stopped a lot of the momentum coming back.
Yeah.
Mercedes, 3 points.
All right.
All right, we got a confusing one here. I don't know what we're going to do with this one. We're going to talk it out and see what happens. The Casino Gauntlet match.
Yep.
And the winner gets a future AEW title shot. Doesn't say when, just in the future.
Yep.
The announced participants are as follows. It is Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Hangman Adam Page, and Evil Uno, and then 17 TBAs. I don't have anyone picked for this. This is going to be... Go ahead.
That's our 1-pointer.
We talked about this off pod because it's so confusing and doesn't make any sense. It's our least confident anyway. It's both our 1-pointer.
Yeah.
If we get a bonus point for this, great.
Sure. Yeah.
I have no clue.
No clue. Yeah, I think this seems like a match that would be at like All Out, or maybe just like a random episode of Dynamite.
I mean, they
or
didn't
something.
like this used to be like the Double or Nothing thing,
Right?
Because it was like Casino.
So I'm trying to think to like, okay, I'm also going off of who I believe is going to win the main event too, right? So I think that plays a part into it.
Absolutely. The notable name here is Hangman Adam Page.
100%.
You know, so it's like I think what you're not to take your thunder, but obviously Swerve and Hangman have their thing.
Yep.
This would be a great opportunity if Hangman gets the win. Boom! I just took an opportunity to see you again.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Booked his ticket.
Right.
I'm picking Mark Briscoe.
Whoa! Love that.
I'm picking Mark Briscoe. He's the ROH World Champion. I think he still is, unless he's lost at any time recently. But I think he's still the ROH World Champion.
Believe so.
Give him the big win at Wembley, and
cool.
have him give him an AEW World Title match against whoever wins in the main event. And I think we'll get into that towards the end, whatever. But I think I would prefer the new champ or the champ, whoever comes out of All In. Facing the new challenger, Mark Briscoe. I just see more. I think I like the matchup there better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I did put a lot of this into like, okay, who do I have win the main event? Who here do I think can face that winner? So.
And you said, sorry, I was reading something for my pick. You said you think. Did you say who you think's gonna win the title, or you kept that a secret?
I kept that a secret.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
whoever the champ is, I think would
in
have
your head makes sense.
makes more sense fighting Mark Briscoe.
Got it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Hey, you have a 1 in 20 chance here. So
I'll tell you who I looked up. I looked up Adam Cole to see if he's maybe returning soon. And reports aren't looking, great.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of speculation. His timetable isn't looking anywhere close. Let's see. AEW star Adam Cole still has, quote, a little time left out of action, but is hopeful that it's not much longer, and that's as of beginning of July. I don't know. It might be stupid because, like, in actuality, he might, like, he might still have a lot of time to go in terms of recovery. And also, like, it's not like when Adam Cole comes back, I could see them re-sparking the MJF stuff.
Yeah, I think this would be the wrong time for him to come, wrong situation for him to come back. You know what I mean? I think if he is coming back, it's for a different story. I don't think they're going to put him right into the world title picture.
Let me look up another
Personally.
name. Let me look up another name.
Look up
I don't
another
know
name.
if it's cheating.
I mean, it's like Kenny Omega or something.
Well, that's who I
think
who I Googled.
if Kenny Omega was cleared for this, I doubt they would have I think they would have built up a match for sure.
No
'Cause
estimate,
I saw the
no
rumor
estimate.
was it was supposed to be him versus Okada. If he
Right,
was healthy.
that's what I heard.
If he was healthy for this, I'm sure that they would have built that up.
That's true. That's true.
What do I know? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing this report says he is training with moderate intensity. So I don't know if that's a good look.
Omega?
Kenny, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's
I don't know.
not.
I don't know if that's
he
a
won't
good
be
look.
there. No,
You know
he
what I mean?
won't be there. I don't think.
Omega cannot take bumps in the ring yet.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
no, he
I
will
don't know
not
if-
be there.
And that's a report that came
2
out
hours ago.
2 days ago is when that
Okay,
report
yeah.
came out. So okay, I'm gonna just go for the sake of moving on. It's 1 point. I'm gonna go with my Adam Cole pick.
Okay. Hey, I mean, I like it. I like the surprise factor. I like the
Because there's 17 fucking people in this
Yeah,
match. You
right.
know who I had before I saw they were already on the card?
Who?
I had Pac. Pac.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
But he's in the fucking
They threw
whatever
him into
match.
the tag team match.
So I'm gonna go Adam Cole.
Okay.
I could also see it. It's just as easily Hangman. I'm trying to think of like who isn't currently there. That's like
Oh, you know who it could be? And people are theorizing. Oh, wow. Ricochet. He could debut in that match. Throwing him right into the world
no
championship.
shot he wins.
I wouldn't picture him going after the world championship right away.
I think he could debut.
But he could
though.
debut. I don't know if he'd win, but he could debut.
I think he could debut.
That's a big one. That's a big one that could happen.
And then whoever tosses him over, that's the feud that he starts with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I'm gonna lock in. So you're in for Mark Briscoe.
Mark
I'll go
Briscoe.
for Adam Cole.
Yep.
Weird. It's a tough prediction.
That's
to do.
that's always a tough one.
It's a tough one. All right, we'll move on. FTW Championship, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho versus Hook.
What's this? Is there a stipulation for this match?
This is a last chance match. If Hook loses, he can never challenge for the FTW Championship again as long as Chris Jericho is the champion.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the thinking there.
Oh fuck, man. No, you good.
The thinking there is, and we've talked about this before, if Chris Jericho wins, then that forces Hook to move on. And then, I want to start seeing Hook fight for other titles. However, for 8 points, way too confident. This is what we were talking about.
Fuck.
Way too confident. I have Hook. It's just Jericho. Hook came in last night, got fucking choke slammed from the fucking ceiling by Big Bill. I think I also agree with myself or disagree with myself that I don't want Hook with the FTW Championship anymore. I get it, it's his title, but let's move on. The kid, he's good at this point. He can start competing for an actual title or get an actual storyline, but I think he needs to beat Jericho and move on. So I don't think losing to Jericho propels him to the next title, you know what I mean? Get the win over Jericho. You have the FTW title. Maybe you just you carry it around while you're defending or going for the next title. I don't know. I just think this is old man Jericho putting over Hook in their final bout.
Do we trust Chris Jericho?
That's the thing.
Put over Hook.
That's the thing.
All right. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah. What changed your mind?
No, I kind of thought I heard that the stipulation was like a last chance match. I want Hook to lose so he can get away from the FTW picture.
Right.
I want him, for his sake, I want him to lose on the biggest stage, on AEW's biggest pay-per-view. I want him to lose. But I have him winning for 5. This is right in the middle because this could just be like Chris Jericho's. No, I got the Learning Tree going, and I want to keep the belt, and he could just use his powers to.
But what does Jericho? If Jericho wins, what does he really do with the FTW title?
Oh, nothing.
Exactly.
No, nothing.
You know what I mean?
But I think too. Wishful thinking is Hook gets a big win at All In. Wishful thinking is he's just like, okay, I'm the FTW champ. But I'm done with this belt.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going after something else. Or maybe they try to unify. Let's be honest. Let's just put this all out there. The FTW championship means nothing.
It's an accessory.
It's an accessory. It's a shit belt. I don't even think it's like. I don't even think there's truly recognized, right?
Yeah.
So do this where it's like Hook's like, I'm going after a belt and we can unification type of thing. Get one less belt off the show. Whatever. That's me being wishful.
Unify it, retire it.
Go be
whatever.
like whoever wins a
something.
TNT championship match. Be like Jack. Like I'm coming
Sure.
after you. Jack and Hook have history.
Perfect.
Be like, there you go. There's a feud. Be like, okay, I have my belt. You have yours. Let's boom. That would. I love what I just came up with. I'm picking Hook because I do want him. He should beat Jericho, but I also want him to be done with this belt. So, but I'm picking Hook.
And I think even if he still has it, like I said, it's an accessory. Move on to feuds or other titles, and you can still carry it around for some fucking reason.
It's like this. Just what's the point? It's like we're going in circles here with this guy. You know?
Especially with him and Jericho.
Yeah,
this is like
just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think a Hook win, especially after getting beat down.
Yeah,
Hook win, propel him, and then we'll see what happens with the title. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to AEW World Tag Team Championships. Three-way. This is the EVP Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed.
Should be a fun match. I'm a sucker for a good multi-man tag team match.
I hope they do it. I hope they do it the way where there's 3 men in the ring. Like I hope they don't do it the way where like I that's my biggest pet peeve right now in wrestling, and it's not like the newest thing, but like where they have multi-team matches, 3 or 4 teams. And they don't do it tornado style, or not even tornado style, because tornado style is everyone in the ring. They do it where it's like 2 people in the ring. The only way you as a team can tag in is if you tag in someone who's not on your team.
Yeah.
How is that ever made sense? And then and then you get like sneaky tags, and that's how they play it, because like never is anyone going to do a genuine tag.
Yeah, it's more fun when it's more tornado, like one member each.
So have the 3 people in it once. I hope that's how they do it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm curious your thinking, because earlier you did say you're keeping the elite intact.
I'll be honest. I'll admit to it. I had another team written down at first, but as I was saying that, I made myself change my answer to the Bucks. I had the Acclaimed originally because I felt like they have some momentum. They were in the blood and guts. They're kind of given this new they have an edgy type of they can do what they gotta do to get wins or whatever. But at the same time, I think Okada's he's not wrestling, so he's coming out of All In the champ. I have Jack Perry winning. I'm just a sucker for listen, you put together this heel group, have them be dominant, hold on to their championships, and really use their power. So I'm gonna go for Bucks, and that's 2. Not confident at all. 2.
Yeah. This is my 5. I honestly was going between FTR and the Acclaimed.
Any of these teams could win.
I had FTR for a while, and then I thought back on the segment last night with they what was it? It was FTR and was it FTR and Pac? No, who the fuck was it? It was FTR and who's their third teammate last night? Oh my god.
I can't.
Was it Darby? I think it was Darby. Yeah, it was Darby.
I can't think.
I think it was FTR.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because it was FTR and Darby versus the Bucks and Jet.
That makes sense.
That's what it was. Jesus Christ. FTR stood tall. I think they won. I forget. But either way, the Acclaim did. So I had FTR winning. So they feel like on a roll. We'll get FTR back. It does feel like the easy answer because we're doing, which I love it. I'm not one to complain about great tag team wrestling, but it is. We've seen Bucks and FTR a lot.
Right.
I'm glad the Acclaim are thrown in
I'm glad
here.
this is a triple threat tag team match.
I have the Acclaimed for the reason you said that you had the Acclaimed is because this is a revamped, renewed Acclaimed. They're a little meaner. They're a little more intense, and they had, this is a few weeks ago, but they had I think it was released online, like a little video of Max start out, and he's just screaming at the camera. Bowens, I think, is one of the most underrated talkers in the business. He's popping off. Like they really, really felt Bowens was way stronger of a promo in terms of intensity than Max was, IMO. But they came out after the match and kind of staked their claim again with Billy. I think we're getting back to that. Everyone loves the Acclaimed, and they feel hot again. FTR doesn't really feel. FTR's FTR, but they don't feel on fire.
They'll
right now.
always be there. Yeah.
So in in the most long-winded way, I have the Acclaimed.
Okay.
I have the Acclaimed.
All right.
So we'll see what happens.
All right.
We'll see what Max's rap is about on Sunday.
Can't wait. Can't wait to hear it.
All right, we have a few more to go, or 2 more to go here. The AEW World Trios Championship. Call it the collision match.
Another one. Another just fucking flip a coin.
In a 4-way London ladder
flip
match.
a 4-way coin here. Four faces.
The Patriarchy, consisting of Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne, the champions, which are, admittedly, news to me. Versus the Bang Bang Gang.
Yep.
Versus House of Black. Versus Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club, consisting of Claudio and Wheeler Yuta.
There's a lot of big names not on this card, too. Moxley isn't on it. Samoa Joe isn't on it.
Oh, I didn't even think of Moxley.
Like, people that had matches last year aren't.
Is Moxley in the gauntlet?
Could. I think he requested time off. I think he's like on a little vacation right now, which he probably
Does he still have the New Japan title?
No, he lost it. Didn't he lose it at the
He lost it a while ago. He lost it to fucking yes, he did lose it. Yeah. And
and you picked
I made that prediction. Yep.
You correctly
It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, okay. So, besides the point.
But think of it this way.
I mean, I could see that. Like,
Think of Moxley
winning.
versus Blackpool. If Danielson wins, Moxley versus Danielson, Blackpool. I mean, that match has to happen before he retires.
Why didn't we think of that when we had the battle?
I kind of forgot about Moxley, to be honest with you. He's had some time off. The last pay-per-view was a while ago. Oh, brother. They have to have that match. Damn. Because now, I mean, the thing is, if you change, I'm changing. If you change the Moxley, I'm changing the Moxley. I think it's gonna be.
Do you want to change the Moxley?
I'm down.
All right, let's
Moxley,
do it. All right, we're both going. It's our one pointer.
It doesn't fucking matter anyway.
It's our 1-pointer anyway. Okay, yeah. So going back,
that kind of alludes to who we both have.
We may have just given it away. All right. Anyways, we're both changing our battle royal pick to John Moxley,
because then you get Moxley and Hangman. And
yeah. No, there's a lot. That's good. Why? All right. Anyway, all right. Triple fatal 4-way ladder match.
This match is gonna be sick. Like, it's gonna be crazy. It's a 4-way ladder match.
12 guys.
God, I don't give a shit about this match.
I could care less who wins, to be honest with you.
I mean, the trios titles are in the fucking garbage.
Yeah. I could care less about the trios titles.
How
many points is this for you?
2.
This is my 3.
There's no point in dragging this out. I have House of Black.
I have Patriarchy.
I could see him retain. They could retain it for sure.
I'm just thinking like Christian is the best. Sure. Christian's is the goat heel. Let them keep going with it. That is my only logic here.
So let me tell you what I learned about the trios titles. Let me bring up the wiki because they got vacated.
Didn't they get
the Bang Bang Gang had them.
The ring. Then someone had the Ring of Honor. Oh. Wait, no.
So they got, I believe.
Which ones did they merge together?
Hold on.
Isn't Dustin Rhodes the trios champ in Ring of Honor? What the fuck is going on? There's too many belts.
I don't know. There's too many belts. I saw a take the other day that was. I kind of have nostalgia for 2019 AEW.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was. Remember when the only belt that company had was the AEW Championship. That was the only belt they had.
How big it felt.
And how big. It felt like the biggest prize in the entire wrestling industry. Because one person on that roster was going to get it. It was their only belt. Now they have a baker's dozen of belts.
Yeah,
and it
waters it down for sure. And the AEW belt is so pretty too. It seems like such like a prize fighting belt.
I remember when Jericho won the belt, and we're like, wow. And then Moxley had it, and it was like, holy shit.
And then Omega, and it was like, oh fuck, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so at the top, if you scroll back up, it said that they were defending from April to July. So at one point, they were merged together, AEW and Ring of Honor trios belts. They were held and defended. Not anymore, because Dustin Rhodes has it with like the Von Erichs right now or some shit. Fucking. How about that?
Ring of Honor 6-man defeated. All right, so it says during Dynasty 0 Hour, Ring of Honor 6-man 6-man tag champs. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, right. Oh, that's
what
they call it different.
yeah.
Right. Bullet Club Gold defeated the Acclaim to win the AEW World Championships, and they unified them to be the unified world titles. When Bullet Club Gold, who became Bang Bang Gang, were stripped of the unified titles on July 10th, 2024, the AEW and ROH titles were separated.
Yeah, okay.
Holy shit.
That's what it was.
Holy shit. Okay. And why were they stripped of them again? Someone was injured, right?
I
see.
can be completely honest with you. I forget.
I feel like most of this happened on Collision.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bang Bang Gang on July 10th, Collision. Bang Bang Gang were stripped of the unified world tag team titles.
Oh, that's right. Because Jay White got hurt, and they wouldn't let Juice Robinson step in.
They want to do the Freebird rule.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what it was.
This subsequently ended the unification. Blah blah blah. God, that's complicated. And then the Patriarchy on July 20th on Collision. The Patriarchy defeated the Bang Bang Gang to win what were the vacated trios titles, but they were trying to win them back with Juice Robinson in Jay's place.
And that's where it gets foggy, guys. The Collision thing, because admit it, it's a Saturday night show. I don't watch it. I don't watch it live.
So is Juice Robinson or is Jay White?
I think
match?
I'm
gonna look.
You
it
would
up right
think
now.
it would be Jay White.
It's Juice Robinson.
Oh, so Jay White's still hurt. Okay.
Okay.
I would imagine, because if Jay White was healthy, I don't know why they leave him off.
Wow.
Fuck, maybe Jay White comes in and helps them. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm picking Patriarchy. That's my 3 points, so it's not much in the first place.
I don't think Pac is winning them. Like, Pac isn't part of Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, that's just kind of like a weird put together on the fly thing.
I like this. I like what the Blackpool Combat Club is like they're not always fighting as a team. They're not always unified, but they're always a part of it.
Right.
They're always repping it.
Right.
But they're not they're not always coming out together. Like, Danielson is still part of Blackpool Combat Club, but he is,
Yeah, Moxley was, and he was the New Japan
exactly.
champ.
So I like that. I just don't think Pac's not in it. I don't think they're gonna do that with them. I just have House of Black. This is more of a what I would want pick.
Yeah.
Like if I had the choice.
Yeah,
this is less of a prediction, more of what I want. I could see the Bang Bang Gang winning it because they got them stripped so they could get the titles they never lost, right? But Patriarchy, just in the same breath. Christian's a fantastic heel.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've been killing it on Collision.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been putting on a show.
I got House of Black. Yeah.
Right.
For what did I say? How many points did I say?
2.
Let's see. I think so. 2. All right. Here we are.
Here we go.
The AEW World Championship match. The champion, Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. This is a title versus career match. If Bryan Danielson loses, he is forced to retire. He will never step foot in a ring again. And as Swerve noted during his promo last night, he goes, even if you retire and you get the itch, if you get the itch to step back in the ring and you show up at some indie show, I'm going to be there to stop you. If you go down to Mexico and wrestle in a mask, I'm going to be in the streets of Mexico. He goes, while you're at dinner and you're eating dinner and you say to your wife, hey, I'm kind of feel like stepping back in the ring. Guess where I'm going to be? Danielson comes out, hits him with the knee.
Yeah.
Danielson stands tall. Someone noted a little wink wink. He was wearing a similar outfit with the flannel and everything. Danielson was wearing a similar outfit to when he first retired, with the flannel and with the jeans.
I don't give a fuck if he was wearing a flannel. Listen, at the end of the day, Bryan Danielson is not retiring.
And he's winning AEW title.
The AEW title. Listen.
He has to.
If he doesn't win and Swerve wins, it will be one of the bigger swerves in wrestling in recent memory.
And it'll be the biggest win of Swerve's career.
It would be by a mile.
It'd be unbelievable.
And I think if they want to go down that route and Daniel Bryan is really set on retiring, man, talk about fucking he's a star right now, but you just created something in Swerve Strickland.
I can't say enough good things about Swerve Strickland. Mm-hmm. I think he's had a fantastic run with the title. His feud with Hangman is great. And you're exactly right. If this is, imagine having that, imagine Swerve Strickland having that notch in his belt.
It would be crazy.
I retired Bryan Danielson.
That would be crazy.
I prevented him from winning the one world title. You know, he never, well, I don't know. He probably, I don't think he won the TNA title, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He never won a singles title. He never won a title period in AEW. It would be the ultimate heel thing. It would send Swerve to the moon. I fully agree, and I wouldn't be mad if that happens. But if you look at the history books, Bryan, it's history. If Bryan Danielson wins the AEW title, that is, it's written in the stars.
It's like from day one. It's like he needs to have the belt. He's said he doesn't want to win it. He wants to do this and that, whatever.
Right.
We've been talking about this, like when it was like Will Ospreay was getting involved and stuff, and like if Swerve's gonna lose, I'm like, I don't want Swerve's reign to end. Like I want it to go for a long time. But I think the only exception is Danielson winning. And it's just like I've said this last week. I think I said it last week, maybe the week before. To me, it's like I just think they put this whole retirement thing together too quickly, which is like it will make it sting more if Danielson actually loses, because it's like shit, like I feel like I haven't like been able to prepare.
We weren't able to appreciate this time, at least when like Sting has his retirement.
Like I'm not trying to compare it, but like for example, like Ric Flair, when he was doing this whole thing, it was like next time you lose, like you're done. So it's like we had months build up to be like, okay, like it could happen, whatever. They kind of just like, and also it's kind of like no one twisted Danielson's arm to like be like, if you lose, you're done. Like he's the one that created the stipulation for himself. So I feel like if this was played out a little longer, I'd be more in the camp of like believe that Swerve will win. I'm not 100%. I mean, it's my niner. So
it's my nine as well. I don't know why it's my nine.
We have a lot of similar ones.
Yeah, that's funny.
But like, I'm not still like 100% sold Danielson's win. I'd probably say like I'm 90-10, maybe 9. I can maybe up it up to like a 95 or something. But like, I still do think that there is that small window that Swerve wins this. But just think of the matches we'll get with Danielson.
That's the thing.
I think there's just so much like being left on the table if you don't have Danielson win. And if he's like, when I lose this belt, I'm done. Then it's like you get that last reign out of him. You do that, but there's so many matches.
Every single title match feels that much more important. It's not only for the title, but if the title gets taken off him, Danielson's
and
done.
I could see him doing matches like every week, every other week for the belt. Like I think he'd be defended a lot. Like we changed our pick to Moxley. I had Mark Briscoe originally. I think Briscoe and Danielson would have been a sick match. Him versus Wheeler Yuta.
I was gonna say
versus
pause on Yuta for a second, because that's like
teacher pupil,
bro, the mentor teacher pupil thing. Like that's gonna be he's gonna win the title, and he's gonna be like, Yuta, you're up, fight.
What if he's just like, I want to give everyone the Blackpool Combat Club the first go. Give Claudio a match. Have him fight fucking Omega again. Have him fight Darby out. Like there's so many matches you can do that I feel like and I think he knows this too. Like
we need to see Danielson Ospreay
again, him and Omega again. Like what the tides are turned. I think Danielson knows this too. There's a lot of, and he said it, like, I'm still the best wrestler in the world. Like you're retiring on top. Like, I mean, kudos to you.
Really cool moment in his promo where his whole thing is he's humble. He's quietly the best wrestler in the world, but he doesn't say it. And this was the first moment where he finally kind of stopped being humble, and he was like, all right, I'll admit it. I've known for 25 years that I'm the best in the fucking world.
I've been the American fucking dragon.
Yeah, he goes, I'm the American so like in this, which we haven't even noted, in this match, now we are notably getting American Dragon Bryan Danielson. So with all of that, with him admitting I'm the best in the fucking world, we're getting the American fucking Dragon back. And like you said, I think they just don't want to copy, or not that it's even on like the same, not that anyone's looking at each other, but we're on the other side of the coin, we have Cena's retirement tour. Right? I just don't think we want to have like a Cena retirement tour announced and whatever, and then on this other show, we're doing the Bryan Danielson tour and we have it announced for whatever. This is a good way to make it different,
right? But
I think it adds a lot more. If I really like your idea of like, if he loses the belt, then that's it. And he'll lose. He'll put someone over.
Yeah.
He'll put Wheeler Yuta over or whatever.
Right,
and, you know.
Right. Yeah, and also too, like 100% is coming out to Final Countdown.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yep.
spend $1 million.
Absolutely.
They have to. And two, I also envision like think of the closing the show. He's in the ring with his kids. Brie Bella's there, like just that.
That's the thing.
Brie
Is gonna.
They're gonna 100%.
It's gonna be funny seeing Brie.
He was
on
saying
AEW.
like his son wants him to win, but Birdie's like, I want you to come home and stuff. So it's like there's a lot of really good like just detail, a lot of good aspects to this.
And again, like you were saying, if he loses and he retires, again, can't talk enough about how it would be great for Swerve, and it would be like you said, a Swerve, and it would be even that would be a crazy ending. Everyone would be like, holy shit, like that ending that pay per view, Bryan Danielson shock retire, everyone would be like, holy shit.
That would be
it'd be nuts.
It would go down as one of the greatest or shocking AEW moments, even wrestling moments in recent memory. It would be.
But I do definitely lean more that there is so much left on the table. There's so much. It's just a historic and iconic thing to see him with the title.
It's a tricky spot because I don't think it would be bad if either won, because I think you look at both sides of it. Like if Swerve wins, got a little cop ambulance going by. If Swerve wins, you build up this megastar. If Danielson wins, you have all these amazing matches. You get the run. So it's like you get something good out of both results, you know? Yeah. So I don't think it's it's a double-edged sword.
Wow.
I just think you get more out of Danielson winning. And you could always have Swerve win it back.
Sure.
You could always do that.
He builds himself up to beat the American Dragon or whatever.
So you could run that story at some point. But yeah, I think
I'm the fucking best in the world.
Yeah,
the best in the world.
It's gotta
the
be
American fucking Dragon. They have the bleep ready.
Yeah, it's gotta be Danielson.
It's gotta be Danielson. I don't care if he doesn't want it. Take it.
Yeah,
here.
Fucking do like a Montreal screw job where except you help him win. Danielson's like, I don't want to win. He goes, I'm gonna make you win. Whatever. Yeah.
Here, damn.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be that match is gonna be.
They're gonna kill each other.
They're gonna have so many close calls of Danielson like kicking out at 2.999. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be fucking.
We're gonna see 10 of his knees. We're gonna see 12 of Swerve's little kill shot fucking kicks or whatever.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited for it, and it's this Sunday. Like it's on at like noon for us.
It's early. It's early. Yeah, that's ideal, honestly.
And not to they're not a sponsor of this episode, but they sponsored a quiz. I can use my little Surfshark VPN, maybe float across to a different country or something.
Yeah,
and,
save a few bucks.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see what Sunday brings.
Well, that's the show. We ended up we're right under an hour, but I think it's AEW's biggest show of the year. It's one of the biggest pay-per-views. Biggest main events to a pay-per-view. I'd say since WrestleMania.
Probably.
So I think it's proper to give them the whole show.
It's flowers, the whole show.
But if you want to hear us talk more, we can like Dante alluded to, we are going to talk about. He finally saw Deadpool. We're going to talk about that. We're going to chat about some random stuff, but we also have a ton of random stuff from Raw that we'll probably touch into on the Patreon.
Yep.
We're going to answer a bunch of questions. Again, the preview for that will be at the end, but I want to remind you again, we have some new merchandise out now. The koozies, the t-shirt, shop.clutchpoints.com. It's going to be in the description and the top comment. So please, it's a great way to support the channel, and you get a great t-shirt to end out the last month and a half of summer.
Hell yeah.
Going into fall. It's nice. It's a nice heavyweight t-shirt. It's great.
Love it.
Again, shop.clutchpoints.com. We appreciate everyone who already bought it, and if you are planning on buying it. Again, patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling to hear the exclusive second pod episode of this week.
Yes, sir.
You get ad-free stuff, and you get to join the Discord, and you can join in on predictions.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes I realize how long you've been going for plugs. It's like all right. It's like, okay. All right. It's like, all right.
All right, John, we get it.
We're going to get out of here. We're going to go over to the after party on Patreon. Thank you for joining. Let us know your predictions in the chat. Let us know what you agree with. Let us know what you disagree with. We're curious to hear what you think, because this one is unpredictable.
This is all over the place. Yeah, big time.
SCW Predictions Championship will be on the line again, and we'll update that next week when we do our Bash in Berlin predictions.
And then the week after that,
we'll
update you with all out predictions.
Exactly. All right. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. We'll see you over on the after party. We'll see you all week.
Oh, yeah.
Hope everyone's enjoying My GM Bros. That's over there. That's going on. Everyone's mad at us.
And I wouldn't want any of the white piece.
Deadpool 3. Did you like it?
But it's a fucking cop-out. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out.
The whole tribute video on Raw. The guy's not fucking dying.
Yeah, they were treating it like it's like last night ever type of thing. Like
January isn't like Joe Hendry and Ethan Page set for the title match
at No Mercy in a few weeks. Yeah.